we have some new content finally arriving tonight, and here is everything you need to know. First things first, the EZA for Tech Broly is of course releasing, and his EZA is weak to the bond of parent and child category. We literally couldn't have asked for an easier category because since this is an LR EZA, you want to run as many LRs as possible. In case you guys don't know, when you run LRs, you activate the legendary power link, and legendary power, that link, when you're facing these LR EZA, these 10 stage EZAs, that's going to allow you to do more damage. The only thing the category does here is decrease the amount of damage that you yourself receive from the boss. But if you want to do more damage, you need to run LRs, and thankfully, this team has literally more than enough to build an entire int team. So you can literally have type advantage, type advantage, of course, run the category to reduce the amount of damage you receive, and then as well as activate the link and just blow Broly away the same way he did to Gohan in movie 10, but that's neither here or there. If you don't have the bond of parent and child lead in Vegeta and Trunks, you can always run the pure or hybrid Saiyans lead that God Goku provides. You can, I guess, get away with the lead here, the super int lead from the 3-year anniversary units, or actually, don't you? Oh, you lead Bond of Master and Disciple, right? I wonder how many categories or characters cross over between this category and the other. But that's, again, you can mess around with this and see what other leaders you want to run. You can essentially, I guess, just run any LR you want. I would just stay away from AGL units. But besides that, like, you literally can just run whatever, right? Don't be surprised if you end up getting hit pretty hard if it's not an int character. I think every typing should be fine besides AGL, but again, this is a new EZA for both versions of the game, so you're going to have to go in and see what units work, what units don't. But as long as you stay within this category, you're going to be okay. And as long as you run LRs, you're going to beat this up pretty quickly compared to not. Then we have, of course, a new free-to-play character. I don't know why, but it feels like this is new for worldwide. Like, we're getting characters that are not going to get EZAs, but also have their awakenings immediately. In part 1, we had the free-to-play Paragus, and now in part 2, we have a new free-to-play, like basically a free unit in every single part of the celebration, which in my opinion is a massive W. So, and these units are not getting, like, this is how they're just releasing, which is just, again, a massive W. So, hopefully part 3 we get another free-to-play character, and I think I saw the stats for this character actually look pretty good. So whenever the new stuff drops, make sure to grind up this Trunks. I would not be surprised if in part 3 there's some form of event or something where you may end up needing Trunks, or down the line in the future you're probably going to either need this Trunks for a specific event, or he's going to be one of the characters that you're allowed to use in a specific event, in which you're going to be very grateful that you did grind him up now. So just go ahead and get over with. And then last but not least, for right now, we have the, there should be another data download soon for all, like, the part 2 stuff, so we'll probably see some new missions and events and whatever the case is, but for right now, that's pretty much all we have. But again, last but not least, we'd have the EZA for the free-to-play STR Videl, because she is, a movie character. Her Extreme Z area should come out of this stage right here. So let me see here, the 13 or 14 stages. Yeah, it should be stage 14 of this. And we don't know the exact characters are going to be allowed, but we do know that you are essentially going to need to run Videl. So please make sure to farm her up. And please, actually, I might as well just show it since we're here. Let me pull up this Gohan. And then let's do Earthbred Fighters. Let's go all the way to STR and try to find our baby girl Videl. Where is she at? Gotta be on the lower end of stuff, right? Here she is. And the event is, click on her SSR. This is the event. Defeat the legendary Super Saiyan, a movie 10 themed event. And in this event, you can farm up a free-to-play Goten, free-to-play Trunks, as well as this free-to-play Videl. Keep in mind that this Trunks and this Goten, I might have said Goku or Gohan before, my bad. These two characters kind of sort of got awakenings recently, so this is what their you know, SSR form looked like, but they got these awakenings, when was it? Yeah, somewhat, sort of, kind of recently. Since these are movie 10 characters and Videl is getting an EZA, I would not be surprised that on the, you know, when data download is here, that we end up also getting EZAs for these characters as well. I mean, it would completely make sense for these two to get EZAs. I don't know why they wouldn't do it, especially since Videl is getting some respect now. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to farm this event because you don't have Videl, you might as well get these two characters done because they're probably going to EZA in the celebration. And if you need to get any of the characters, just get it done. Like, there's no reason to not have these units in your box, so just keep that in mind. Again, this is what the event looks like: defeat the legendary Super Saiyan. And then, of course, again, for the Broly, Bond of Master and Disciple is the category weakness. Use a full LR team, and you should be good to go, of course, within the category. As of right now, that's pretty much everything. This stuff, at least for me, will be releasing at 4 a.m. on basically tomorrow. So around 12-ish hours from the time I'm recording this. This video will be going up immediately. So again, it's just get the stuff done, all right, when it drops. And that'll basically be it. I'm also going to say this now, just so you understand. If part 2, like when we get a data download, if part 2 doesn't really have, you know, a thick amount of content, I'll definitely go on record saying that this has to be one of the more disappointing celebrations from a content perspective. And even at that, right, 2 EZAs so far is great. Free-to-play EZA is cool. 2 free-to-play characters that are not getting EZAs is definitely a W. But are we gonna sit around and say like it's pure like, oh my god, there's so much to do? And this is not even something I can really say. Like, I think there's definitely an issue where a lot of players will literally defeat or take on and finish everything in one day and then complain when there's no content. I think that's a valid thing, right, to say, a valid concern to have. But when you're dropping one LREZA, a new free character, it's not those grinds don't take an hour, 2-3 hours. So if you spend an hour and a half, 2 hours in the game, it's very realistic that you can get, you know, maybe all of this stuff done, right? Maybe 2-3 hours of grinding, you can get maybe all this done. And then what are you gonna do, right? So I don't know. There should be at least enough content to, you know, maybe not take a few days because everyone grinds things at a different pace, but at least to keep people busy for quite some time. So we'll have to see how it works. Anyways, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Merry Christmas and good night.